Welcome to Catholic News Roundup. I'm Christine Niles. Here are today's top stories. Yet another whistleblower is exposing child trafficking at the border.
But children continue to be sent to dangerous locations with improperly vetted sponsors. One case in Florida had over 12 children linked to one sponsor at multiple addresses. Children were sent to addresses that were abandoned houses or non-existent in some cases. In Michigan, a child was sent to an open field, even after we reported making a 911 call after hearing someone scream for help, yet the child was still sent.
The July 9th roundtable at Capitol Hill also featured whistleblower Tara Lee Rodas, a former volunteer with the Department of Health and Human Services.
I can tell you, if I had not seen with my own eyes these children, I could not believe that a federal government agency is using billions of taxpayer dollars to place vulnerable migrant children into the hands of sponsors with criminal history, gang affiliation, to whom many are not even their parents. It is shocking and shameful. It's important to note that when I reported the MS-13 case and provided evidence that other MS-13 and 18th Street gang members were sponsoring children, ORR retaliated against me. In just 16 days after making my first protected disclosure to the Department of Justice Inspector General, the Honorable Michael Horowitz, I was taken off the MS-13 case by ORR. The FFS told me I was under investigation. I was escorted off my job by the FFS and security. My badge was taken.
We spoke with Rodas last year about what she discovered.
The sex trafficking trade is a multi-billion-dollar trade. I didn't know this when I first deployed for this mission. But, police officers explained to me, they're like, look, you can sell a kilo of Coke one time, but once they have a child, they can sell that child over and over and over again. And that's what they were doing. I was hearing stories of the children who were being prostituted across Mexico. We had one little boy, he was only 8 years old, and the case manager, completely distraught, she said, Tara, I just don't understand how somebody could do this to a child. She said, my child. She said, whose case I'm working on, he's only 8. And he's in diapers now because he was sexually abused the entire way. And this is what's happening to the children.
Some have blamed the U.S. bishops, as their Office of Migration and Refugee Services has received billions of dollars in federal grants over the years, some of it allegedly being funneled towards child trafficking at the border. And turning to free speech news, Elon Musk is facing down the European Commission. On July 12th, the EC informed Musk his social media platform X is in violation of the Digital Services Act, the DSA, accusing the platform of deceiving the public through its blue check marks and for lack of transparency in advertising. Musk hit back, tweeting, "The European Commission offered X an illegal secret deal. If we quietly censored speech without telling anyone, they would not fine us. The other platforms accepted that deal. X did not." The deal was reportedly that X would not be hit with sanctions if it allowed a team from the EU to monitor, censor, and ban accounts. Musk refused, then threatened to sue. Quote, "We look forward to a very public battle in court so that the people of Europe can know the truth." Turning to politics, for the first time in 40 years, the Republican National Committee is dropping its pro-life stance. The new RNC platform no longer supports the Human Life Amendment, which would enshrine protection of the unborn in the U.S. Constitution. It also fails to oppose abortion except for late-term abortions. Platform committee members are claiming they were steamrolled.
They didn't allow any amendments. They didn't allow any discussion. They rolled us. That's what they did. We only spent thousands of dollars to be here. And everything they told us they were going to do isn't what happened. None of it happened. I've never seen this happen before. I don't understand why they did it. And I'm extremely disappointed that we do not have any pro-life language. I've been coming to these conventions since 1992. And this is the first time we don't have a pro-life platform. The platform simply says that we oppose late-term abortion. Well, what about before that? There's nothing, it doesn't even want any place mention the unborn baby at all. Never happened before. And I've never been treated so badly to have them force this vote on us before we...
In response, a coalition of pro-life conservatives, including Catholic professor Robert George and pro-life activist Lila Rose, has written a letter insisting the RNC restore its pro-life platform. Democrats want illegal immigrants to be able to choose America's president. This was the message they sent last week after Senate Dems blocked the SAVE Act, requiring proof of citizenship for all voters in federal elections. After the bill passed by a narrow majority in the House, it failed in the Senate, with the entire Democrat majority voting against it.
With millions of unauthorized people now on U.S. soil, living here in the United States, the potential for election fraud through ineligible voting is not just a hypothetical risk. No, it is a looming reality. With the influx of non-citizens under this administration, even if just a fraction, let's just say something like 1 in 100 were to vote, this could translate to hundreds of thousands of votes, enough to sway our tightly contested elections and potentially alter their outcomes.
Last month, the New York Post revealed that welfare agencies in 46 states are giving voter registration forms to migrants without requiring proof of citizenship. And turning to California, Sacramento's legal department is under fire for threatening to fine a Target store. Why? Because it reported too many thefts. The Sacramento Bee is reporting that City Attorney Susanna Alcala Wood sent a warning to the retail store that it would be fined for public nuisance after Target phoned in dozens of complaints of theft and vandalism. Wood is now facing heat, with the public blasting her for being soft on crime while punishing the ones reporting the crimes. Critics also say it's a way for cities to provide false statistics on lower crime rates. People are blaming Proposition 47, a 2014 measure that relaxed penalties for drug offenses and theft, leading to rampant crime throughout the state. Now California residents want it back on the ballot, insisting on reforming the law to crack down on retail theft. And on to a disturbing story. A transgender teen is behind bars for killing her mom and her mom's boyfriend. 16-year-old Julia Egler at first claimed a home invasion ended in the double murder, but later confessed she was the one who killed them. When questioned by police, she said her mother had not been very accepting of her transitioning to a boy. Egler reportedly greeted the couple when they came home by saying, "Welcome home," before shooting her mother, who died instantly, and then shooting her mom's boyfriend. When he failed to die, she began stabbing him with a knife. This follows a string of violent crimes perpetrated by transgenders, including the Nashville, Tennessee shooting last year by Audrey Hale, a biological girl who claimed to be a boy, whose murder spree left 6 dead, including 3 children. That's today's Catholic News Roundup. If you want the latest updates, remember to go to stellamaris.media, that is stellamaris.media, and sign up for our email list. It is totally free. And please remember to support us by visiting our sponsor, realestateforlife.org. Realestateforlife.org. If you're buying or selling a home, there is no better place. And also help me to grow this channel by subscribing and sharing my content. Thank you for watching. I'm Christine Niles.